comes to, again, church. You tell
It's
me
everywhere.
that
Church,
God
society,
loves me. Listen,
school.
no, God loves me.
Mm-hmm.
He loves everybody.
Very true.
But I'm transgender, but he hate me, and I'm gonna be prosecuted when I die.
Right.
What's up, guys? You're now tuned in to Starter General TV, aka Mr. Vakabo himself. And we got a special guest with me today. We got Ronnie, aka Mr. Big Country, Alabama.
Yeah.
You know?
Country down from down south.
All right. Let's make some noise. And today we're gonna be talking about spirituality, and I have no idea about it, so I picked like 5 questions I wanted to know about today and wanted to learn. So let's get straight into it.
Gotcha. Let's get
So I have my first question is, how do you first start your spiritual journey?
I guess that's a tough one.
I'm coming up with the heat. I told you I'm prepared.
I see. You come off right off rip. I don't really think there's you're always in your spiritual journey.
Okay.
We start out as a kid. That's what your spirituality is to be free, to love. Because as a kid, kids tell you the truth, right?
Yes,
I
they
don't
do.
care. They are neutral. You're neutral when it comes to spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that is being neutral to the things or situations or people or energy that mean you no good, as far as we get to a point in our lives. Like, I'm 40 plus years old.
All right.
So you get to an age in your life where you get like, I'm sick of this mess. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get
Definitely.
sick of your life, whether it's you by yourself, you're with your partner. For me, I was married. And there's something about your life that just doesn't go with you.
All right.
And that's more of again, revert back to your childhood. Because again, like I say, when you
That
was
plays
a child,
a big role.
Yeah,
It plays a big
when
role in your development.
When you're in a child's role, again, you have not one care in the world.
Very true. You're free spirited.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
care about nothing.
that's all spirituality is trying to get that kid side of you back again. It's never lost. We just put it away because
You have to grow up in the matrix,
Yeah.
right?
Get up, get a job. You got to go to school, go to college.
Rent for this, pay
You
bills.
gotta pay bills. I'm like, man, no. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's spirituality is big, and I can't say that. Well, start with this part or start with that part. That's totally entirely up to you. When it says spiritual, it's all about you. I can't tell you to start on your, I don't know.
So pretty much it's like what you feel comfortable in your belief in.
And what are you doing? And when it all is said and done, everybody is right. Ain't nobody wrong, but we have these things where everybody tell you that, no, this is wrong, or no, this is right, or don't do that, but yet and still that one over there do that, and it's okay. But it's like, what you told me not to do that, but it's okay for them to do it.
So it's kind of in a sense where like everybody have their own path to walk to, but it all leads somehow to the same road. Is that what you're trying to say?
The same thing. You couldn't
right.
have said it no better, my brother. I tell you, because it's about your self-improvement.
Interesting.
It's self-improvement. It has nothing to do with nobody, nothing but you yourself. That's it. Nobody else.
Interesting. So my next question is, I wanted to learn. I did a little research.
Okay.
I was doing some scouting around. I noticed that everybody, like you said, people that tend to go to their spiritual journey, they tend to face some obstacles that make them reflect and look upon their life and see if there need to be a change.
Yep.
So my next question is, what was some of the obstacles you faced during your spiritual journey?
Ooh. It's so many. I ain't gonna bore you with all of them, but it's kind of hard to explain on the obstacles. Well,
Interesting.
no, I take that back. I'm sorry. Thank you, universe. The obstacles that you face is trying to get one with yourself and the universe and get back grounded into the universe to where we were. Again, revert back to that place of being a child.
Interesting.
That's the obstacle, because we're brought up into the world of worry about the problem. Don't worry about the solution. Just worry about the problem. And being from a Baptist church.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
One of the biggest things as a child being in church was, this is no lie. I tell you, man. One of the biggest things that I could not understand being in church was, what in the world am I supposed to do if you tell me that I'm not supposed to eat pork, I'm not supposed to drink wine, I'm not supposed to talk about nobody? Like, all this stuff that we have to do in order to function, you say it's wrong to do. But yet and still, you tell me God loves me and he forgives me, but I still get punished. The math ain't mathing. The math is not mathing.
I feel you on that. I mean, yeah, there was a bunch of stuff they told me growing up at church, like being in the church, and you go around, you learn about it, and then you go in the real world, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't work that way.
You have us fantasize as kids until you get to that point of being in the real world, and you be like, man, ain't nothing y'all told us in church, right?
But, that goes to my next, that goes to a point that I just thought about right now. The indoctrination of like the younger kids' mind and everything, teaching them all these things. Do you feel like teaching them different types of religion and types of, how can I say, some people might call it a cult-like minded teachings.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that harms them?
Totally. Because one of the biggest reasons is, again, it's always contradiction. To me, that's what church is to me. It's contradiction. Because I'm not saying that nothing in the Bible isn't true. I'm quite sure some of it is, but how much of it is true, we don't know.
For sure. It's been written like several times, different versions.
And I'm telling you, man, I could go on and on because I have lots and lots and lots and lots of questions about the things that I was taught.
That's a lot of lots. I ain't gonna lie to you. He said lots.
Hey, I told you I'm 40 plus years old, so
You see, that's and I'm like 21 years old, so
see,
this is
I'm
different.
old enough to be your dad.
Yeah,
so,
that's a different.
You know what I'm saying? Actually, I have a 20-year-old. I have two of them.
Oh wow, okay.
So, my oldest is 24, so it's like
wow.
I've
You don't live the lie. You don't seen a lot.
No, there's no reason to lie. I've never been a liar. For what? Because when you get out there in the real world, that real world gonna give you the truth.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
Be like, you're not gonna be mad at me because I didn't tell you.
I feel like that's why, a lot of people, when they do end up leaving the church, they become so angry and bitter towards God because they come to realize some of the things that they were taught are not necessarily true.
And see, that's how I feel. I feel that a lot of things that I taught my children, I taught it to them. Because that's a big lie. We are raised in a big lie. That's a big, tremendous lie that we live when it goes to church.
What about it would you say specifically is a big lie?
One of the biggest things I think is a big lie that they tell us is that, okay, we come and give our money to God, and he's supposed to reward us.
So it's basically like you paying for a service, a sacrifice. Okay.
And so what is a sacrifice? A coat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sacrificing my dollar and hoping and praying and wishing each and every day that we attend church, whether it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and Sunday, or just Wednesday and Sunday, that I pour out my money, my heart, the community. You tell me all these things, and I'm still living like dirt.
I have something to say about that because coming from Canarsie, Brooklyn, there are many in the inner cities. There are so many different types of churches. There's Baptist churches, yes, Catholic churches. There's all types of churches. However, you see some of these pastors and everything, they be make so much money, making a lot of money, and then the community is suffering.
Like literally, like that was one of the biggest things as a kid. I was like, okay,
I actually did a reaction video to that too.
like the pastor, he riding around here back then. And
got Louis Vuitton,
a nice
Wraith.
Cadillac. You know, back then it's the Cadillac.
Yeah.
If you drove a Cadillac back in the day, you had money.
Now it's all about the Mercedes Benz, you know.
Hey, they had to change up from the Mercedes.
You know, they had to change
the
Mercedes Benz.
Now the Cadillacs is old people cars.
Nah, they're not even doing cars now. You see Creflo Dollar and them, they doing private jets.
And stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like,
We don't do cars no more.
Okay, we got mega churches. I'm like, so what is the purpose of the church? What is the real purpose of this building? Because
Very true.
another thing I realized that they also get you to believe that God is only in this one place, which is this church.
That kind of takes away from his power if you believe in a higher power too. If you think about it,
But we are not supposed to worship nobody. So how are we worshiping him? One person. Again, we back to one person.
I even give you an alley oop on the giving tithes and offering. Originally, tithes and offerings was for the widows, the people that the mothers that had lost their husbands
and stuff. See, that's the thing. See, they
And
take tithes and offering. And
They flipped it.
And you go to the church and be like, okay, so and so need their light bill paid because they've been
Yeah,
sick.
right.
And you know they've been sick.
Yeah.
You know, so what's the point of having a sick and shut in fund if you don't help the sick and shut in?
That's very true. And I feel like that's one of the contradictions that really have people question it a lot of the time.
And then
Go for it, bro.
another one of the contradictions is that it's I laugh at it because it's like, okay, you tell back then before it became popular, you know, women could not preach.
Oh
Women-
yeah, they still have it in the Bible. I think
they say women aren't allowed to preach.
yeah.
But again, if we're to spread God's word, I don't care how you look at it, they're still preaching, if that's what you want to call it.
I feel like that's a really good point.
Because I'm like, okay, I know people tell me I think too much, but I can't. I have to have an answer.
I mean, you got a brain for a reason.
You have to make things make sense. You can't.
I think
tell
that was a great point you just made. That like, because when you think about it, like they can like get degrees in teaching schools, but then they can't teach the Bible. You know, so it's like, are we like questioning their intelligence too? Like,
well, see, I guess that's the other thing. I don't necessarily think it's the intelligence. I think it's the more so of the generation of the history that has been taught and taught and taught and taught.
that female can't partake
Especially
in some
when
things.
it comes to not bring this off to a subject, but when it comes to the black community, when it comes to us being brainwashed and
Indoctrinated for sure.
and told us that if you don't go by this book, then your life is gonna end up pretty much like crap. If you don't do what this book say do, your life is gonna be pretty much washed down the drain.
And that's
you
what
don't do
happened when we
this book
came
say.
here.
Right.
That's exactly what happened. Like when we came here,
So it's like
slave ship, they
you
beat
pretty-
us
Yeah, you pretty
into it.
much teaching us what we've already been through, but then you making it more severe because then
you have no
say
choice.
It's our soul and all this other stuff that you give us in the Bible. Like I say, it doesn't make sense. Like it don't. Like out of all the books that we have in history, why is this one book the only book that is worshipped?
That's
Because
very
we
interesting.
don't know if God said these words. Don't none of us know that. And where's the original script to this book? Because there's an original.
The Catholic Church won't let you see that, bro. You won't get to see that, bro. But if you were to actually see some of the things in the Catholic Church, you will see some pretty. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to say and drop any too much bombshells, but let's just say if you were to see the original art pieces and how the real, I won't even say real, but how the people that were first starting that religion really looked like, what they really did, how they really operated, you'll be very surprised.
That's why I say I'm not one of those contradictional people about how you feel on your spiritual journey, because again, that's your spiritual journey. I used to, because it's taught into our brains to dislike somebody if we don't have the same opinion.
That's why I did should we allow transgenders be to compete in sports and women's sports? You know,
Why not? What makes them the way that they want to live their life different? What?
you see, and I'm not saying I agree with it. However, the fact that like I'm able to just like I had Joel come in, and I'm not I don't yes.
Yeah, I remember Joel. So,
Like I don't agree with it. However, I want to show like the world that you can still sit down and have a civil conversation without like ripping each other's throat, and finally find the how can I say,
a medium.
not even the medium, the root cause. You see, everybody when Joel made a great point that I wasn't even thinking about. I was thinking just like the world. He said that it's not actually the transgender's fault for being able to compete in the sport arena. It's the people that write the laws.
Yeah, it is.
But all around the news and they're just like bad. They feel like bashing. We're not getting to the root problem, you know?
But I guess that what is the root problem? That is the main question. What is the
That's
root
what I'm
problem?
trying to say. That's what I'm trying to figure. That's what we was trying to figure out.
What is it about? Again, this is my personal journey, but I'm being prosecuted because this is my personal journey.
And I feel like that's where we divide in the world. You know, that's where everybody kind of finds a divide. You know, divide and conquer.
I don't divide. I don't. If you have, I'm a person like this when it comes to things in the world. I'm transgender all day.
Okay.
I don't care who know. I ain't never cared who know before I decided to be transgender, whether I was gay or not. I did not care.
And it shouldn't really matter, too.
Because again,
it's nobody's business.
Again, what you do in your house, in your closed doors at night when you go to sleep is your business.
Exactly. It's not bothering me. It's not bothering you. Like, what are you thinking about it?
The biggest thing is if people could understand that you cannot control another person to do what you want them to do. If we could, us as black people would not be where we are today.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
So that's the biggest thing, is that you have a lot of people that want to be in control of other people.
And they don't want to, and they don't even have control of their own life.
Exactly.
They don't understand their own self.
And
you know,
I went through 11 years of that. Somebody controlling my life.
Oh,
and
wow.
They don't
Okay.
even have their own control of themselves.
And how did they try to control your life? Like, what did they try to do?
I married a narcissist.
Oh,
if
God.
anybody know what that is, please stay away. Stay away.
We don't do those things. Oh, no. We don't
I'm
do
not
those
going to
things.
bore you with that one, but that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, we got to get you back on the show.
I'm telling you, your show will be popping with me because we
Let's
can
go.
talk about everything. And it's kid friendly.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, it's just you have people that just, and I can't say people because I also was like that.
That's what I'm saying. Me too.
I
feel like everybody pays.
They do.
Yeah.
I want you to do what I want you to do. Like right now, once I got separated from my wife, my ex-wife, I did. I just wanted to make her let me see my son. I just need to make you do that. But that's part of being on your spiritual journey is you learn that the only person you can control is yourself.
Is you, and for sure.
You can wish, want all day. But I'm going to tell you like the old people used to tell me, you can take a horse to water.
You can't make it drink it.
But you can't make it drink it.
I know. That's a fact.
So
yes, it's definitely
that's one of
true.
those biggest things when it comes to spirituality is honestly controlling you because you cannot control nobody else.
And you know, that basically kills the other question I was having, where do you believe in a God or a higher power? You ready? So you believe in a higher power?
I mean, in the higher, that's one of those difficult questions when you say higher power.
I got difficult questions all day. I got 3 more coming.
So that higher power is a different concept.
Yes,
because
definitely.
you are the power. You are the higher power. There is no other higher power but you. You are energy. Energy is nothing.
It can't be destroyed. It can't be
nothing.
Can't destroy
You
it.
can't do nothing with it. So
It can only be transferred to a different source.
You are
form.
energy. Why are you reincarnated? Because you're energy.
Interesting. So you believe in reincarnation?
All day.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. Because the thing is, I don't really think that we reincarnate. I never dived into that. You know?
You do. You do. Because do you, how many siblings do you have?
I got like 4 siblings. No, 3 siblings.
Okay, you got 3 siblings.
You got 3 siblings.
Do any of your parents or grandparents say, "Ooh, she act," or they act like so and so and so and so?
My brothers, I have a twin. My mom says I have a twin. My little brother, though.
See, and you don't think that you are reincarnated. You've been here. I'm quite sure everybody has what you think is called deja vu.
All the time. Sometimes I feel everything is repeated or
that's
like
not deja vu. You've been here before.
Interesting.
And a lot of people don't understand is that every time you come, you are supposed to dig in deeper to you than the last time you was here.
So you're always supposed to be improving. But what if you want to go beyond just being reincarnated? You want to like go farther.
Where else farther are you going other than energy?
That's interesting.
Where else can you go? What else you can go anywhere. You can go into the moon and back because why? You're energy. I can go deep down in the water if I choose to. Why? Because I'm energy.
Interesting. So you're like basically saying you're not even like focusing on the fleshy part.
For what?
Of the body. You just focusing on the spiritual.
The spirit part of my body.
Like the consciousness.
That's the part that you have to. You have to get the consciousness because the subconsciousness is going to run your life. I'm telling you because it keeps you in the past. It keeps you from telling you what you cannot do, what you're not worthy of, and bring up every situation that has ever been wrong in your life to keep you at whatever point of level of lowness that you are.
Interesting.
And that is from my personal experience. The stuff that I tell you is not nothing from I've heard or somebody told me. This is my own personal experience in my journey.
Sure. That's really deep. So that leads me to the next question. What is your sense of duty when trying to teach others about a spirituality?
To get them to understand that their past don't dictate who they are right now or their future.
That's interesting.
Because as black men, black women, or people in general, I don't really care about your color. Your past keeps you in a negative state. And if you've gone through as many traumas as I have, that's the only place your mind knows where to stay is in negativity. Because you don't know anything else but negativity.
That's interesting.
So you cannot do anything that you've never been taught or never seen or anybody try to experience to you. You can't mimic what you've never seen or experienced.
Very true. It's just like how certain people try to act hard, but they never went through that situation to become hard. You know.
And see, that's another thing. Like
you can't become the person you never was in the first place.
You heard what Kevin Gates say?
What did he say?
He said, "What is it? I am who I am, but who I was and I will never be."
Interesting.
Yeah. So I can't be somebody
who I was.
I can never be that person.
That's true.
I can't be somebody I've never known how to be.
And I feel like that's what our society is missing right now too. It's not like there's a lot of like the suicide rate is going up, and everybody's just, how can I say, finding it hard to move along through the life within the matrix and everything.
Because again, we are stuck on the problem that we have around us. And again, yes, we have a lot of things going on especially when it comes to social media. That's the worst one. I don't watch TV. I don't look at the news.
I don't even watch TV like that.
I
either.
watch cartoons or anime or something.
Me too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But just because that stuff is depressing. They play the same thing on every channel at a different time all day long.
I feel like that's exactly how I feel like too. There's certain times where like, how can I say? I remember when I used to like watch TV and flick through the TV. I'm just realizing like, how can I say? CNN, Fox News. They're all saying the same thing, but they have different perspective on it. But it's still negative.
It's all negative. There's
and they
nothing
still
positive about it. You keep replaying it over and over.
And then sometimes it's not even facts. They just put in their narrative. So if they're Democrat, Republican, their narrative on there.
I'm not none of that either. I just think all that stuff is a bunch of hogwash because either way we're screwed. It's
another side of the coin.
Yeah.
Honestly. Heads, tails, still a quarter. You know,
put it on the table, flip it over, kick it up the street, bring it back,
and
it's
that's
still
it.
A quarter.
Pretty much.
It's still a quarter. I mean, it's like
it's still a nickel. It's a penny. It's the same thing.
You can't do nothing to it, but flip it up, exchange it for some goods. That's it. But no,
for sure.
No, it's just.
And then I have another question as well too. I just have a bunch of questions. I can't prepare. I'm telling you.
I'm ready. Let's get it.
So this one right here, I feel like this is where every religion tries to explain or try to, how can I say it? How would I say it? They try to give God authority for punishing people specifically. So my question is why, I got you, trust me, I can't prepare, I got you.
Okay, let's go.
Why is there poverty and suffering in the world? Like, why do you feel like there's poverty and suffering in the world? I gotta ask you this question. You gotta come here. I gotta come with the heat.
Me personally, it's all part of really the matrix that we live in, because you still have to have what is it called, a cash imbalance to the matrix. Everything cannot be pretty and clean and squeaky and free.
Does that go to like people when they reincarnate, they want to experience different lifestyles?
So, yeah, because
and
like
see,
you say, we don't. They say we get to choose our parents. We don't remember any of that, of course.
Interesting.
But when it comes to just being poor in general, I really think it's less poor people than we realize. I think that they
make it cool to be poor.
Yeah, but more so that people really are not poor, because
I actually see what you're trying to say.
It's like, yes, you have those that live on the street. You have those that have to live on the street.
For sure, definitely.
I got that part. But everybody that's in the ghetto is not struggling because you have a house.
You have a roof over your head.
And my thing is, that's what you consider struggle. My considered struggle is not being able to eat as a child.
You see, and I feel like when there's many factors to different struggles.
Exactly.
There's different levels of struggling.
Exactly.
I feel like for example, a person that is working, but their money is gonna be a week late, so they're gonna be a week late on rent, but they still be able to pay rent. But that's their struggle. Where there's a person that don't know what they're gonna eat at all, and they live in the streets, they have to beg, and that's their struggle. So I see where you're coming from. Are you trying to say in that aspect, like people are just trying to, how can I say, feel down on themselves and just like say they're struggling through something?
No, I don't think that is everybody's case. Some people cases, yeah, and like a lot of people that don't have to do it, and the people that really have to do it, there's the difference. But all at the same time, the only part about this journey when it comes to being struggling is what we've been taught. Because we didn't start talking about struggling and being poor until they started incorporating money. Man, we can
We're chopping it up. We ready?
You can
30
keep
minutes.
Oh shoot!
I got some more. I'm just
Okay.
having fun.
Okay, hey, I'm having fun too. I told you. I knew. I kind of figured if
We're just gonna keep. It's just
I think
organic.
you're
That's
gonna-
my
you
channel.
are
It's
gonna
organic.
be my buddy, I'm telling you.
We're gonna be
I don't,
lit.
I told you. I don't think that anybody that you came up to me. This is off topic.
Yeah, We're gonna put that in the booth, but it don't matter.
But yeah, when you came up to me and just showed me the stuff that you was doing, because again, on my spiritual path is to find somebody that to help me get to where I need to be, because I already know what my purpose is here.
Interesting. I'm still learning mine a little bit.
I know what it is. It's what I'm doing right now is to inspire somebody else, give them encouragement that looking at somebody that is 10 years in remission from cancer. I've been incarcerated. I've had my kids taken from me. I've almost been killed twice.
Wow.
So I've been through a lot.
Yeah, you've been through life.
I've been living.
Yeah, you've been doing this journey.
It's funny today though, man, that I was at work today and I was cutting this guy's hair, and I don't know how we got on the subject, but he was like, "Oh, you look like you might be about 27, 28." I was like, "Nah, bro."
That's that youth in you, man.
I was like, nah. He's like, yeah. I was like, no. He was like, "Are you really serious right now?"
He couldn't believe you.
Yeah, it was actually 3 friends that was getting ready to go to prom, so I was cutting their hair for prom. He was like, "Man, come on, you cannot tell me." I said, the guy was sitting in the chair. He said he was 21. I said, "I have kids your age." It was like,
the consistent turn.
I mean, you had to have kids at 16. I was like, no. That's if I was about 30, yeah, but no. I'm a lot closer to 40 than I look. I mean, 50 than I look. I really am.
Man, not true. You still look very young. We cutting here. We still
everything,
standing. You beat cancer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We still here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you are my birthday buddy, not
right.
cancer right here.
All right.
Yeah, so nothing is a coincidence when it comes to meeting people.
Interesting.
I met you for a reason. I'm pretty sure this is what it is to help me get myself off the ground, because this is what happens when you get grounded. When you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do, it just says get started.
That's my thing when I started here too. I feel
it
like
it just said get started. And I'm
pretty
like,
much.
I
don't have all the equipments right now, but just jump into it. Let's see what happens.
That's the thing. I didn't even know, like I told you, like stuff like this, me by myself, like TikTok and stuff. I can do it, but I don't enjoy doing it alone. I enjoy interacting with someone we can talk together and have some conversation going on when it comes to trying to incorporate whatever it is you're trying to incorporate.
That's for sure.
I think it's better cooperating with somebody else,
and that's what my YouTube channel is about. That's the movement I'm trying to do. It's not. I'm not specifically focusing or trying to categorize myself in one particular area.
And see that
I'm pretty much just giving my perspective on the world. So as I grow, I'm able to look at myself and see my growth.
Yeah, man.
That's how I see it.
This world we live in, boy, Jesus Christ in the morning.
Like everybody's trying to like indoctrinate everybody. Like think like me. You better do this.
But then you tell us that we have our own minds and think how we want to think. But then again, religion pops in and says, no, that's not how you're supposed to think. Especially when it comes to, again, church. You tell me
everywhere.
that
Church,
God
society,
loves me. Listen,
school.
No, God loves me.
Mm-hmm.
He loves everybody.
Very true.
But I'm transgender, but he hate me, and I'm gonna be prosecuted when I die.
And this is
how that work.
And this is why I'm challenging society itself, because like I enjoy the fact that I can talk to different groups of people. Like that's what brings me joy. It's not even like for the viewership. And I talked to you about this before you even came on the camera. It's not even for the views or anything. It's to challenge the narrative and like show people like we cannot agree. We don't have to agree on everything.
Exactly.
We're not gonna agree on everything.
No.
Your spirituality journey is gonna be different from mine.
Exactly. But we still will have stuff to share.
And we can dialogue.
Exactly.
There's no problem.
Exactly.
I have no beef with you. I don't hate you.
Say, no, because you believe in God, then no, you wrong.
Exactly.
Wrong.
Exactly.
Whatever your spiritual
And
is,
I feel like that's the problem too.
Transparency.
And that's the problem too. Like everybody have a problem with the I don't want to say like with transgender, right? Everybody have a problem with it, right? But nobody want to sit down and talk to them and figure out what's going on.
But I guess my thing is, why do you have a problem? That again is back to the same thing. Why do you have a problem with what I'm doing with my life? I'm not infecting you. Why? Why is it? And I have a lot of these people get upset because this is how I feel and this is what's in me. This is how it's always been in me. And like I tell anybody, just because society identified us, we didn't identify ourselves. So who says in the spiritual world that we live in that I am a girl or you are a boy? Who said that? That is a society thing to put on a piece of paper so they can identify who you are.
And you see, like you and Joel are like, how can I say? Helping me find a balance and understand your perspective. Because I gotta think for myself. I have to understand. Like I might not agree with the lifestyle, but I'm not gonna bash you. You feel me? And I have to understand where you're coming from if I'm gonna have hatred towards it anyways.
But see, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Again, society put this as a lifestyle. This is not a lifestyle. This is. Do you honestly, anybody that I hope watch this channel and feel what I'm about to say, and this is coming from every lesbian, gay, transgender, whatever it is that you want to categorize us as, the LGBTQ plus alphabet family, whatever you want to call us. I don't really care. But do you honestly think that if I had a choice that I would have picked being a female, knowing that you hear my voice right now, never changed? My voice has always been deep. So do you honestly think I would have chose coming up through life regardless? Even when I had breasts, they didn't understand I was a girl. All they did was hear my voice and look at my face and be like, hey, sir. So it's, again, didn't nobody force me into that. Like people say, oh, well, you know, men hurt you, so now you gay now. No. Again, this is not a choice. Having sexual attractions is not a choice. You don't just get up and say, oh, yes, I want to have sex with that one. No, there has to be something that sexually attracts you to that person to say, yes, I want to indulge in having sex. Interesting. That's not a choice. That's part of your hormones doing what it want to do. Because your hormones, again, just like I'm sitting next to you, and when we was at the hospital, I could tell just by standing next to you with your energy and the vibes that you gave off whether me and you was going to mix. That's why I asked you what your sign was. Interesting. Because most people that I kick off with are either Taurus, Capricorns, and Cancers.
You see, that's the things. Like I don't actually like believe in that. I never really did. I want to ask you why.
You have to understand who you are and your characteristics as a Cancer. You have to understand what your sign is. And to hot exposure to this does not want to record anymore. Man, I told y'all like to talk.
We done chopped it up. We done chopped it so much that the camera don't overheat. You know what I'm saying? No. The camera done burned up. I had to stop it so many times.
When it got overheated 2-3 times, it told you it was enough now. Come on, turn off.
Let's go. Hurry it up, son.
I'm done, son. I'm done.
But I want to leave it off I want to end it on this point. We were just talking about something very important. We were talking about how the world is teaching us, no matter what age you are, that we have to make it unequal. There's always have to be a winner and a loser. And to a certain extent, yes and no.
Yes, you're very correct. Very, very correct to a certain extent. Yes and no. Because I guess the more so of the no is because we don't even know from the get-go.
Very true. And everybody is claiming that they have the pieces and the keys.
But you don't. You have your own personal pieces and keys.
Exactly. And I feel like, why don't like everybody comes together, that's why I'm doing this channel. I'm not saying I have the keys or I have the knowledge on every single thing. However, I'm willing to listen to everybody.
Exactly.
And then within my own assessment, put my own information together.
And that's
what I
that's
gathered.
the whole thing. But when it comes to just having that type of concept to give your, pizzazz or whatever it is that you want to give, then that's when, again, society takes everything out of context.
Very
and
true.
takes it to a whole nother level when, I guess, let me give you an example of that. I know y'all probably saw the guy on TikTok that he enjoyed his, he was a residential staff with clients that I guess assuming maybe had dementia or whatever the case may be, but he danced for him because he enjoyed dancing for him, and somebody made it to the point that the boy lost his job because he enjoyed his patients so much that he enjoyed making them laugh. He was not abusing them. He was not hitting them. He was not
Just
making
people
them
hate them.
Yeah, and he was doing anything but making that man's last days on this earth as happy as possible because that guy died.
Wow.
And he enjoyed what is that dance where they take the hat off and they be doing?
Oh, wax it all.
Yeah, wax it on.
But you know that.
Yeah, his friend liked that dance, and that's what they would do every day. But they made it to the point to where the guy lost his job. Why? He wasn't doing nothing because you put something happy on TikTok, and it probably made somebody else feel happy. Then that's the wrong thing to do. See, again, society
It's telling us what's wrong is right.
telling us what's right and what's wrong. When we all came here with the same purpose, is to figure out who we are. Sorry, I was about to say the wrong word. But I strike that one. But yeah, just again, society tell us it's a whole big ball of contradiction.
And it's ego in it too. I feel like it's divide and conquer. I'm supposed to hate you because you're straight or I'm gay or you're gay and I'm straight. You're white, Caucasian.
You like women, or you like Caucasian women. I ain't supposed to like you. And like I say, we have free will, but we don't have free will because
you worried about what society thinks about your free will.
The world and the society, and if they gonna like it, and a lot of people don't do what they really love and choose to do because they don't want to be denied by society. But I'm here to tell you, we're going to wrap this up right quick.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter what you do, how you do it, where you do it, who you do it with, how many times of the day that you do it. Someone will have a problem with you.
That's very true. And that's how we're going to end it. We don't have Ronnie, in a building. We done did what you did.
Right?
I got it's it. All good. It's all good. I had my Starbucks Bedazzle cup right here, the 3,000 Bedazzle.
Smart water.
I got you.
You got to keep hydrated in here because talking a lot is.
It's different.
I think I signed up for something I didn't know what I was signing up for because I told you my spiritual guys have been telling me you need to talk, you need to talk, you need to talk. It's like a little person that walks behind me every day and say you need to talk, and I'm like, I have a lot of things written down. I'm supposed to write a book.
Don't worry, we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
Hey, we can get into a whole lot of stuff. We can get into some poetry. We can get. I tell you, man, too. We can deep when we can dive deep. We can dive deep, man. I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna get to it.
To the bottom.
You know, stay tuned. Make sure you guys hit the like button, the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn post notifications on. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're gonna start your new YouTube channel soon, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna start a YouTube
All right, we're gonna get them all right. We're gonna get this going, okay?
So that way we can have a whole lot of content.
We're gonna
going
do
on
a
here.
lot of content. It's gonna be real organic. And if you enjoy real organic perspectives,
This ain't no script stuff over here.
No, it's not scripted, besides my questions.
The 100% natural, clean, raw,
Uncut.
and my YouTube channel is gonna be Raw Talk. That's what it's gonna be.
it's gonna be raw talk.
It's gonna
I'm gonna
be
be
raw
looking
talk.
forward for it.
And this is what you're gonna get. This is just a little snippet of what you're gonna
Little
get. You know,
snippet.
some raw talk. Mine's is not gonna be kid friendly. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Because
We got to hop on this.
I can't do the kid friendly because my expressions, I have to express what I'm feeling.
You
but
know.
I respect the kids. I understand everybody has to understand. And
You know,
learn.
YouTube out here trying to get probation. You know,
Yeah,
put
I
people on
know.
probation and
So
everything.
it's nothing like that. You know, just a few words. But I've learned how to. I can make it kid friendly.
All right.
We can make it kid friendly. We'll make it kid friendly.
You know, stay tuned, guys. I'm only coming with more heat. You never know what I'm gonna have on this channel. Just stay tuned. And we're gonna end off like that. And then, you know, to all the haters, I gotta, you know, do my little last outro.
Your life, bing bang.
Yes, sir.